What is up, guys? Novum here, and the footage you see in the background is me making my way to the movies to watch Kingsglaive. It's kind of amateur, but anyways, I'm going to be reviewing Kingsglaive as well as showing off some of the Final Fantasy 15 concept art from the HP GRP Gallery exhibition here in New York City. So, on to the review. Kingsglaive Final Fantasy is a great movie with a few flaws. First off, the CGI and animation quality is probably the best around, as many have noticed. Characters for the most part do look real, facial animations are top notch as well. The action scenes are probably also the best in CGI films to date. It's full of warp strikes, flips, great sword fighting, and so on. The choreography is top notch, and it is really just over the top Square Enix goodness. Aaron Paul, Sean Bean, and Lena Headey nailed their roles greatly. However, I did feel the other side characters like Libertas did not perform as well as the main three did, but the side characters' performances aren't bad, they mostly get the job done. Now I'm going to talk a bit generally about the story without spoiling much of anything. This is a very dark and mature movie. The plot starts off slowly, but it builds up to a very climactic ending. I personally love the first half of the film, even if it were slow, because it gives you a good look at Insomnia. It shows you the people, its society, its politics. The area and the city itself is beautiful, and it definitely deserved the CGI treatment. However, this is coming from a longtime Versus fan, so it should be expected that I would appreciate this type of showcasing. However, I can't say it would be the same case for a newcomer to the Final Fantasy 15 universe, though it has to be said that, for any newcomer, understanding this story should be simple. There are few main characters and the plot is delivered in a rather straightforward manner. The second half of the film is a huge showcase of Square's CGI talent and bombastic action sequences. Some may find it hard to follow along with some of these intense scenes, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now on to the gripes. There are some characters introduced in the movie but are left hanging with no closure, which may leave people a bit confused and questioning, what happens to them, and clearly it is there to set up for the Final Fantasy 15 game. You probably won't understand what I mean till you see the movie for yourself though. There is something odd about the sound levels in this movie. Voices may sometimes be out of sync and sound effects like explosions sound off, and sometimes they leave me with a what face. A lot of these big things didn't sound too impactful. However, this could be the fault of the theater that I was in, so bear that in mind. Also, early on in the movie, there are a bunch of camera cuts going from scene to scene at a rapid pace, even in non-battle scenarios. It was kind of annoying, but I felt as if it smoothened out later on in the movie. Kingsglaive is around an hour and 50 minutes, and is probably best seen on a widescreen with some friends if you could possibly pull it off. If I were to personally rate this movie as a fan, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 because it does cater to me. The dialogue is great, the setting is pretty, the action is great, the story is well done, besides a few abrupt side character development for the sake of the game, along with a few other minor issues. But other than that, this movie is epic and is a great build-up to Final Fantasy 15. This has been my Kingsglaive review. If you like the images I have shown in the video, I linked an Imager album in my description to allow you guys to view and download some really high quality pictures I took at the Gallery Expo. Also bear in mind though that some of the frames had like a little glass reflection, so some of the quality of the images might be a little screwed with, but most of them should be really nice to look at. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back with some more Final Fantasy 15 content in the future.